Good evening. I'm William Ferguson. This is Common Sense. Okay, first, I apologize for not having videos of late. My computer went down, and I've had problems with my server and such things like that. And right now, I'm on a backup server, and hopefully, this will go through. It will work because there's a lot to say. There really is. The State of the Union address that the president gave, to me, it said the truth about what this country is, where it's going, what it's about. We needed that. We needed to hear the good that's going on in this country. What we didn't need was to see Nancy Pelosi sitting behind the leader of the most powerful country in the world, behaving like she didn't care. No respect. But then, what do you expect from the Democrats? When President Trump talked about not aborting children, she just sat there. Like, who cares? It's just a kid, like a used car. Just sell it. But then, when you think about it, look what the governor of Virginia said. Well, I know what'll happen. She'll have the baby. The mother will have the baby. And we'll resuscitate it, make sure it's alive, comfortable, and then we'll go talk to the mother. About what? How to raise a child? Or the idea that, hey, if you say you don't want it, we can go ahead and kill it. Then maybe we can sell it for parts, like an old car. That's disgusting. That is the greatest lack of respect for life that there is. Murdering absolute innocence. There's no guilt in that child at all. It's innocent, it's helpless. But yet, the Democrats, oh no, we need to kill the children. How insane is that? And I have a theory about the governor of Virginia. He talked about having the child, setting it aside, talking to the mother. And suddenly, right after that, this blackface thing comes up. Why? Why suddenly the blackface thing? Sweep it under the rug. Sweep it on under the rug. They don't need to be hearing about killing babies. We can find something else. Ooh, look, somebody else did it too. Oh, look, somebody else in the government in Virginia had been raping women. Great, somebody who's going to have to take it on the chin for the team. Because the governor is pro executing children, which is what he said in basic terms. And then you have Miss Cortez wanting to take everything from everybody. Well, we can get rid of fossil fuels. I wonder if she drives a car, flies in a plane, rides the bus or a train. Does she? If she is so for this green dream, as they're calling it now, has she gone to her landlord or to a contractor to ensure that the place that she lives is electrified by solar panels and batteries? Is she leading by example? Or is it don't do as I do, do as I say? Is it? I'm afraid she's lost, very lost. She doesn't understand anything. You see, when this country came about, they tried socialism, didn't work. So then they said, let's try capitalism, see if that works. The harder you work, the more you make. Sound good. Good motivation to work. Work harder. Do what you can do. Now, you see, in the case of President Donald Trump, a billionaire, I think that they're all jealous of him because he has the money. He's not supposed to have. I am supposed to have the money, not him. I am. I'm supposed to do nothing and yet have all the money. No, that's not just what this country is about. This country is about opportunity. You have all the opportunity in the world if you put forth the effort to achieve it, to gain. President Trump didn't just sit around in a New York apartment and say, I'm going to be a billionaire. Somebody give me $1 billion. It's not how it works. But the socialists, the liberals, the Democrats, they're all trying to push this on the young people that don't understand. You live, you work. You work, you get paid. You get paid. Now, after you get paid is where things go haywire. Or they don't. They go good. If you're a liberal and you want to spend all your money and just throw it away, blow it off on everything, guess what? You're going to be broke. If you're a conservative and you work hard and you don't spend your money on things, just throwing it away, you have money. Of which, let's say you're young. You've just started out in a company that makes something, okay? And you see this something that you make at this company, and you say, you know what? I can make that better. If you do this and that, it would be better. Then I can sell it from my own company. And so research and development is done, and you begin to sell your own product and start making your own money and start hiring your own employees. Like that. Not this idea that everybody works except for those that don't want to. And what's wrong with that? That causes strife. It causes friction in the society because those that work, they get kind of tired of paying for everything for those that aren't working. Now, in the case of the disabled, I'm fine with that. Everybody should be fine with that. In the case of a woman that just has children just so she can make that welfare check, no. No. Because even in that situation, if you have a child, you learn child care. So why not further your child care education and open a daycare for children? That way, you can watch your own children and other children at the same time making money so that the moms single moms of these other children can go to work and make their own money. It's really simple. But it seems like the Democrats don't want anybody to work. Well, they want the very, very rich to give them all the money, which in my mind is a lie. Because, you see, when this country first began, it was a socialist society because the King of England was the ruler of the original settlements of this country. And it was run as a socialist country. But then the king started taxing everything and everybody to the hilt, to the max. And the people in Boston, especially in Boston Harbor, they said, you know what? We're tired of this. We're not going to take it anymore. And thus, they had a tea party. The Boston Tea Party, to be as specific. And they said, King, stick it. We're not going to play your game anymore. And thus, the people that lived here on this continent decided, we don't want anything to do with you, King. And thus was the Revolutionary War. Or in other words, people died fighting to ensure the society that we have, a capitalist society, which is, as I said, a great motivator. The harder you work, the more you make. The more you make, the more you have, if you're conservative. Rich people don't get rich by blowing all their money. They don't. They're wise with their money. They're conservative with their money. I make very little money. And you know, and the greatest thing about this planet, this entire planet, but especially this country, when they wrote the Constitution, they gave us the freedom of religion. We are free to worship whatever God you want, whatever God, including the only real, true, living God. Imagine that. And the statement, the separation of church and state, means specifically the state will stay out of the church, not the church will stay out of the state. Because in the beginning, the first Congress, they prayed before every session. They wanted to keep the state out of the church because they saw what was going on in other countries when the king would step in and say, you can say this, but you can't say that. You have to convince your congregations that the government is the rule, not God. The government is the rule. We didn't want that. And in this country, they said no. No, no, no. God, the one true living God, is the rule. And the Christian we can't show you what we have. We can live what we have. We can tell you what we have. But inside ourselves, we can't show you. It's a part of your inner being. And it's amazing. And you get to a point to where you know you can kill me all you want. You ain't gonna kill me. Because when I die, I'm going to go be with the one true living God that created everything. And we know it, but we can't show it to you. You have to believe in this country that God gave us is worth fighting for. The Democrats, the ones that want to bring this country to socialism, they are the cancer of America. They want to destroy every freedom that you have, take every dime that you have, so that they can build themselves up and say, I am the God. And you know, it's sad because the day they die, they're going to look at God and God's going to say, you are not the God. That's it. Plain and simple. So we have, and when a person has a fatal illness, what's the first thing people do? Pray for that person. And so, because this country has a growing cancer, the Democrats, the liberals, socialists, let's pray for this country, that God will heal this country. That's all I've got for now. I thank you for watching. I thank you for being so patient. And I will get everything sorted out someday so that I can get back on a regular schedule. I'm William Ferguson, and this is Common Sense.